Hello my friends, and welcome to my April TBR. Somehow we all are already pretty much on our way to April. I'm looking forward to creating another stack of books to look forward to. I did a little bit of room rearranging. That chair is supposed to go outside. It's a very early birthday present for myself, 2 months early, but it was snowing when we got it. So it's in here for a little while, probably pretty much for 2 months until my birthday. Yeah, it's a really great place to read. I'm excited to read outside, but for now I'm enjoying it inside. So let's talk about books for April. I have been a moody reader this year. I was looking at my reading journal, and in January I hardly read any books off of that I had put on my TBR. February, read most of my TBR. March, not over yet, but have barely read any books off of my TBR. So I enjoy creating a TBR each month, but I also have no problem just reading what interests me in the moment. Usually when I put books on my TBR, I'm excited for them then, but when it comes to actually reading the books, sometimes I'm not in the mood for it then. What I do with my TBRs is I take the books that I put on that stack for the month, I put it in a separate spot, and when I'm looking to pick my next book, I look there first, and if I can't find anything that's catching my attention at that moment, then I will go to my bookshelves and look on there. So I have 2 books that I have to read in April for 2 reading challenges, and then after that we will go through and pick books using my TBR cards. So the first thing is for the Indie Book Club. We are reading The Betrayal of Eden by Erin Phillips. This is the first book in the Grimoire and Key series. Book 2 is actually coming out in April, so if I enjoy this, I might just keep going. And this is a reimagining of The Count of Monte Cristo, which I've said before, I've watched the movie but never read the book. This definitely makes me interested in reading the book. I don't own it. I did see it at a library or at a thrift store recently, but I thought I owned it, so I didn't grab it. Now I'm like, okay, if I go back there and it's still there, then I'll grab it. Anyway, what is this book about? At 16, Eden sees nothing but a bright future ahead of her. With a valuable promotion on the horizon, she is granted a coveted spot as a debutante, alongside her wealthy friend Fallon Riviere, an important step in escaping the sordid South bout and securing a future with her beau, Miles Talifer, the son of a powerful representative. But the happily ever after of Eden's fairy tale rise will be more dangerous than she realizes. Hunter Calder, an indentured servant in the Riviere household, is far too familiar with the family's schemes. Forced to pay off his father's debt, he discovers a dark secret about the mysterious grimoires Cartier City uses to maintain order. However, revealing the truth might not provide the freedom he seeks. As Eden becomes overwhelmed with the requirements of high society, her rivals uncover the means to her undoing. Just as grimoire magic works in ripples, so the ruin of Eden Fortin will be the catalyst for bringing Cartier City to its knees. Let's try the first sentence. Erin Phillips is one of my authors that I want to binge this year. So I don't know if this will be my first book by her or if I'm going to read the other 2 that I really want to read at the beginning of April before reading this. I don't know what's going to happen there order-wise. Okay, prologue. I don't read the first sentence of the prologue. Chapter 1, Snitching Without a Sound. Eden Fortin, April 6th, Cartier Royal Academy. Cartier, I don't even know what that word is. I should turn around and leave. That's the first sentence, which is an interesting sentence because it already intrigues me. Like, why do you want to leave? I like first sentences that have a hook that grip me in some way. So yes, looking forward to reading that. And then the book club will be over on Instagram the last Wednesday of the month. I will pop in my stories and chat about it. If you've missed any of the previous ones, they are saved as highlights on my profile. And then for the 2026 Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, the prompt for April is the book has to have a conjunction in the title. So a word that joins 2 things together. I've got a bounty of Secrets and Rebellion. I think that works. Secrets and Rebellion. It's like one of those things where the more I think about what a conjunction is, the less secure I feel. It's like when you write a word out a bunch of times and then you no longer know if that's the correct way to spell it. I think it works. I just shared this one in, I think it was just my book haul, my last video maybe? Or maybe it was last month's book haul. I don't remember when it came in. An historical? Historical? An historical. Which one is it supposed to be? This is actually the second time that I've seen this recently. It says an historical. Is that right? I legitimately don't know. Let's learn together. Well, you learn something new each day. It works either way. Apparently, an historical is more British because they don't really pronounce the H and go right on to the I sound, but a historical also works. Anyway, an historical alliance between two gifted races is threatened when Princess Alana Belle Sundry is attacked and a bounty is placed on her head. With powerful enemies on two borders, the kingdom of Ladera is relying on her arranged marriage to the Galen prince to strengthen their position in Tanathor. Enlisting the help of a mysterious bodyguard to keep her alive until her prince arrives to claim her, Alana soon learns there's more to the undercover guard than meets the eye. As she spends time with her new bodyguard, she realizes the attacks on her life aren't the only threats to the alliance. Her heart may prove just as effective at dismantling a union that has been years in the making. Yeah, I think I just hauled this one. So this has a map, which is always fun. Although I'm curious, are you guys the kind of people that refer to the maps when you're reading books? Because I love having a map in a book, but I never look at it again, generally. Chapter 1, first sentence. Oh, this is from Griff's point of view. A light breeze blew through the trees as Griff paused in the thick of the Hoken forest. I like forests. So this will be my Read Your Bookshelf Challenge book. And then I've got my Indie Book Club book. And then we will see what else I will be reading this month. So I'm going to pull a card from here, which will tell me where in my big deck to pull a card. Draw from the bottom. So I'm gonna pick 3. I haven't shuffled these at all. Maybe I should shuffle them. And then I'm going to pick 3 cards from the bottom. And then we will read them. 1, 2, 3. An ebook. Okay. This one's pink, which I think means an arc. Oh, Sons of Day and Night. That is an arc that I've had from Enclave for a while. It's already published. And then title has a word from a random word generator. Oh, none of these are all too bad, but an ebook and Sons of Day. Sons of Day is an ebook. So if I pick that one, I will be doing 2 of them. I think I'm gonna kind of do that. Let's work on some of my e-arcs. I'm just going to pull it up here. Plus it also has a conjunction in the title, so it could work for that. It's by Mariposa Artiso. I don't know how to say her last name. This is book 1 in a series. What is it about? In the wild and lush kingdom of Twinsbane, everyone has a look-alike, and each twin is cursed to die when their double breathes their last. Oh, when an ancient plague arises, the kingdom's only hope is to sever these deadly ties. Yet King Dacius refuses to relinquish the cure, a legendary potion called the Separator. Waru, an orphan determined to break these ties, discovers he's the king's doppelganger. He's certain that if he can switch places... Oh wait, so everyone has a look-alike, but they don't always know. They're not like born twins? That's what it's saying? Okay, interesting. He's certain that if he can switch places, he can save the kingdom, but if anyone learns his true identity, he'll lose everything, including the people he's desperately trying to protect. That's a very interesting premise for a book. I'm sure I've read that before, but I don't remember it, so intriguing. Let's find sentence 1. It also does have a map. Part 1 is midnight. Chapter 1 is from Waru's point of view. Not sure if that's how you say it. It is said the king is the only living soul without a twin. Okay, well, we already know from the back that this guy is probably the king's twin or lookalike or whatever they call it. So, yes, Sons of Day and Night will be one of my books that I will be trying to read this month. Let's see what else we got here. Draw until you hit a specific book. So that means I need to find a colored slip of paper or a colored card. So the second one is purple. Purple is series, I think. Mrs. Paulifax. So I just need to read the next book in the Mrs. Paulifax series, which I think I have a, do I have a physical copy of? Let me see. I am down to 2 Mrs. Paulifax books left, I think. I just need to check Goodreads to figure out the order and if the one that I have here physically is the right one to read next. I have Mrs. Paulifax, Innocent Tourist. Is that the next one? Yes. So this is number 13. And then the last one, Mrs. Paulifax, Unveiled. I don't own a physical copy of, I don't think. So we've been hanging out with Mrs. Paulifax for a long time at this point. She's in her 60s. She slowly learns things as we go, but she becomes a CIA handler in book 1. It gets really good at karate. I think she has a brown belt at this point. And in this one, she must smuggle a manuscript out of Jordan, a document that encodes the shocking truth of Saddam Hussein's reign. So it's interesting because there's like certain elements of like history in her books, but also lots of just made up stuff. Wow, this one was copyright in 1997, and the first book in the series was in the 70s, I think. So yeah, it's taken a long time for Dorothy Gilman to write this series. She's definitely taken her time with it. So let's see if I can read this first sentence. Carstairs was seated at his desk at headquarters, yawning over an intelligence report laden with statistics, when Bishop opened the door and announced that John Sebastian Farrell was asking to see him. Okay. Probably doesn't mean much if you haven't read the series. They definitely build as they go. Mrs. Paulifax grows. I definitely recommend reading them in order. And yeah, getting close to being done. These are on my 40 before 40. So I might actually finish the series before May. We will see, or at least before my birthday in May. This is working out really well for me. Next card says pick the 5th card. Let's see. If I don't want to do the 5th card, I won't do the 5th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever this one is. Has a 1-word title. Okay, now it's time to look at my shelves. See if I can, oh, I might have an idea. I'm gonna take a look though and see if it's a good idea. This book is on my spring TBR, so it kind of makes sense for it to be a part of my April TBR. That is Waterfall by Lisa T. Berggren. Yeah, I just shared this in the book haul that I shared recently, as well as my spring TBR. So I've been talking about it quite a bit. I'm not gonna read the back of the blurb, back of the book, the blurb on the back of the book, whatever I'm trying to say. It has to do with time travel. We follow, I think they're like teenage sisters who are on some kind of excavation site with their mother, and then they both, I think, at least one of them transports to 14th century Italy. Sounds interesting. I think it's a 4-book series if I remember correctly. Let's see what the first sentence says. Prologue, chapter 1. Okay, fast forward. That seems fitting for a time travel book. Very curious to read this one. The series is called The River of Time. And I think this book was originally published in like, when was it originally published? It doesn't say. Quite a while ago. So it's, you know, stood the test of time. Okay, back to my stack that tells me what to do. Draw from the bottom. Okay, let's just draw 2 from the bottom and pick one. 1, 2. This one says, has a number in the title. No books are coming to mind at the moment. And this one's purple. Oh, and it's Dead City. This is a middle grade series. Guys, I'm not in the mood for middle grade. It is middle grade March. It's March. I put some middle grade on my list for the month. I haven't read any of them. I just have not been in the mood for middle grade. So I might be better off going with a number in the title. As much as it would be great to like finish a series. I'm just not really interested. So a number in the title. Let me see. I knocked over a stack of books to find this one because I couldn't find any. But I went to Agatha Christie, remembering that I still haven't read the Seven Dials mystery, and this is now, what, on Netflix? It's on something. It's a movie, show? I'm not even sure. But I was just like, I haven't read the book yet. I can't watch it. So I should read the book. This is Murder Most British. I've never seen that before in any of her books. So, danger comes by sevens. In a suicide's room, 7 clocks tick ominously, and the last words of a dying friend are 7 dials. The enigmatic sevens lead dapper Jimmy and his dashing cohort Bundle Brent to a Soho club. There they learn of the 7 Dial Society, 7 masked conspirators who meet in a secret room to talk about stealing scientific secrets and about hushing up murder. Okay. This just became a movie or show recently, but I'd never heard about it before. Chapter 1 is called On Early Rising. That amiable youth, Jimmy Thesiger, came racing down with the big staircase at Chimneys 2 steps at a time. Okay, wait a minute. I have read a book set at Chimneys. Assuming it's the same place, but yeah, I don't really know much. Agatha Christie doesn't really do the best first sentences, I'll tell you that. But it's been a while since I read one of her books. I have Miss Marple's short stories on my spring TBR, but I haven't read an actual book for a bit, so that'll be good. Plus, I mean, it's not Miss Marple, but it's Agatha Christie, and we've got Mrs. Paulifax. They're like a dynamic duo, these 2 authors, so that's good. Not that Mrs. Paulifax is an author, but I think you know what I mean. Next one says, draw 3 cards, look at them, and pick 1. Okay, here's my stack. I can tell that this is an arc right off the bat. 1, series. 2, and I think this is a Patreon/member pick. 3. So let's see which one. The arc is Fire and Night. Definite possibility. The series is a series of unfortunate events. I should definitely continue with that series. And then we've got Operation Lionheart by Mary Beth Barber. I looked this up back when this was recommended to me, and I don't remember at all now even like what the genre is. Is this historical fiction? Oh no, it is fantasy. Okay, well, I think we will go with the recommendation, Operation Lionheart. I actually do want to do the other things too, but this is a good push, I think, to try something new. Let's see here. Lindy is proud of her work with the Meridian Intelligence Department. Clever, courageous, and armed with an uncanny intuition, she is determined to protect the planets of the Kellen star system from villains and schemers, even if it means going undercover as a fashion journalist. Tragedy, however, lies beneath Lindy's self-possessed demeanor. She's an empath, a native of the war-torn Valia, and the man responsible for her mother's death, the former prince, still rules her home planet with an iron hand. Oh, so interesting. Okay, I'll have to figure out how to get my hands on the book, but it sounds very interesting. Add that to my pile. Where are we going from here? Shuffle and pick from the middle. Shuffle this stack up, which, I mean, in theory, this stack is getting smaller, but it doesn't feel like it's any smaller from when I started. Okay, go to the middle. What's this say? It has stars on the cover. Okay, should I just look for a book with stars on the cover? Yeah, let's just keep this one. I'll find a book that has some stars. It can't be that hard, can it? Oh, I think I found one. I really want to keep going with Christina Suzanne Nelson, and I think those count as stars. It's a bunch of little white dots. I think they're supposed to be stars. So I'm gonna say this one. She's another author that I want to binge this year because I still have more of her books to read, even though I've already been binging her books. Do I even know what happens in this one? I don't think so. When Addison Kilburn's husband is involved in a car accident that leaves a woman dead, her perfectly constructed life crumbles apart. With her husband's memory of that night gone, and the revelation of a potentially life-altering secret, Addison has to re-evaluate all she thought she knew. Amelia Cruz is a deputy bearing a heavy burden far beyond the weight of her job. After a traumatic brain injury, her husband is no longer the man she married, and Amelia is determined to prevent others from facing the same hardship. When she's called to the scene of an accident, pointing to everything she's fighting against, she's determined to see justice for those wronged. Oh yeah, I have read this. Then we've got another character. Brienne DeMano is hiding from reality. She once thrived as a counselor, but when tragedy struck a beloved client, she lost faith in herself and her purpose. When her neighbors, the Kilburns, are thrown into crisis, Brienne's solitary life is disrupted and she finds herself needed in a way she hasn't been for too long. As the lives of these women intersect, they can no longer dwell in the memory of who they've been. Can they rise from the wreck of the worst moments of their lives to become who they were meant to be? Yeah, very curious. We own a physical copy in our house. I have this out from the library right now, but Rika did get a copy a couple months ago. So I could read this one if I still have it or use hers. The perp was a mama raccoon. Oh my goodness. That I think is going to be a lot lighter than the actual book will be, but that is a great first sentence. Okay, let's do a couple more. It's not very many books yet. We will see. Pick the third card. Okay. Number 1, number 2, number 3. A free verse novel. Oh, interesting. I don't have any on my radar right now, but I could pick a poetry book. So I think we will do poetry instead. I have Tracing Lines that I just hauled. Is a poetry collection that also has some illustrations throughout. To write a poem is to trace along the ragged edges of a memory and say, this is what I experienced. It is to trace the sweeping flight of a swallow over a river at sunset and say to the world, this is beautiful. It is to trace a line through the thick dust and say to yourself very softly, I am alive. So let's just read a couple of the titles. So the first section is called Wind Song. When you are tired, seashells, sea, the soft bowl of the sky has let down its rain. Wind Song, Sunrise, Resistance. The next sections are Acquainted with Grief, Jet Lag, Prairie Wind, Day Unto Day. This is just to say. So yeah, I haven't read a poetry collection. Oh, I think I did in February. So it hasn't been that long, but I'm looking forward to another one. Okay, where are we going next? Draw 3 from the middle. Okay. Let's say this is the middle. Oh, has an even number of pages. Okay. A book you were gifted. Easy enough. And this will be a Patreon membership recommendation, if I can get it. It wasn't roaring, it was weeping, or I think I wrote it on here wrong because it says if wasn't roaring, it was weeping. I don't even remember what that is. Yeah, I did write that wrong. It wasn't roaring, it was weeping. Oh, this is a South Africa story. I'm just wondering which one of these I should choose. I'm going to just shuffle them, not pay any attention to what I'm doing, and then just randomly pick one, I think. Here, I'll show you guys with this side. Hopefully. Where's the other one? There should be 3. There we go. Okay. I was gonna pick the one in the middle. So whatever this is, I don't know if you can read it. I don't know if it's focusing. My eyes are closed. But this is one. A book you were gifted. Okay, easy enough. I should be able to find a book I was gifted that I'm in the mood for. I'm going to pick another one that was on my spring TBR, Behind the Veil. This is science fiction. In her monsoon-flooded world, the Council is the lifeboat, and Layden Pryor, a timid yet determined girl from the Outlayers, will do anything to climb aboard. Before she can join them, however, she must undergo the generational trials, an elite competition where her mind is transferred into the body of the host, and every moment becomes a fight to prove her worth. Yes, this one sounds very interesting to me. What's chapter 1? Oh, also has a bit of a map. Leyden Pryor was crawling out of her skin, and she hadn't even left her body yet. Ooh, that is intriguing. Definitely want to read that one. Okay, this stack, what's it gonna say? Draw from the top. Let's take 3 off of here then. 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This one says, has a gripping first sentence. Ooh, I like to judge books that way. This one's pink, which means an arc. The Codebreaker's Daughter. I've actually already read that one. I read it, I'm trying to remember if I read it in February or did I read it in March? I'm not sure if I have it in my wrap up or not yet. And then I've got a bluey green one, The Body They May Kill by Audrey Stallsmith, which once again, I obviously looked it up when I put it on here, but I don't remember it. Okay, this is like an older mystery. Yeah, let's see if I can get my hands on The Body They May Kill. In the quaint village of Deerfield, Pastor Enoch Foster falls over dead in front of his congregation after drinking from the communion cup. An autopsy indicates he was poisoned. In the aftermath of his murder, his influence continues to be felt as a diverse group of parishioners learn to depend on God as well as each other, even though all of them are suspects. Interesting, I've never heard of this author or series to my knowledge, so I'll try to read that one. And then let's pick one more book. What's that say? Shuffle and pick the second card. Okay. First card, second card. Something from my 2026 fiction TBR. Oh, okay. I'm gonna grab my reading journal. I must say I'm doing pretty good with this. I have 12 books on the list. We are currently just finishing up the 3rd month and I've already read 5 of them. Oh, and one of them, oh no, is not on here. It's a different book by that author. What should I pick? You know what, let's go with The Things We Can Change, because I do have a copy of that on my Kobo. This is by Corinne Norton. I backed the Kickstarter last year. The Things We Can Change, what can I tell you about it? It is science fiction. Ray has no interest in being a hero who changes the past, but in her grief, she signs up for time travel anyway, eager for its guaranteed side effect, memory loss. She's paired up with Bo, who's determined to stop the release of the mortem virus that's decimated the population. Tasked to remain in the future as Ray's handler, it's his job to convince her amnesiac mind that the voice in her head is real and she's the world's only hope for preventing the deadly outbreak. But when Ray is kidnapped by an anti-time travel faction soon after her arrival in the past, it's clear she wasn't the only traveler sent back for this mission. A mission the new faction claims is outright impossible. With mere weeks before the research facility's bombing releases the virus, Ray and Bo scramble to find a way to stop Mortem. Now that enemies lurk in both the past and future, they're no longer fighting just to stop an outbreak. They're fighting for their lives. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Where's the first sentence? Chapter 1, we are with Ray. I didn't sign up for the Amino mission to be a hero. That's it. Well, these are my physical books that I have for the month, plus a number of ebooks. It's not the world's largest TBR, but I am excited to read all of these books, so hopefully I do a better job reading them than I did this month. I would love to hear which ones you are excited for me to read, excited to hear my review for. Let me know, and I will see you guys in another video soon.